Hi, my name's Andy Rourke and I'm the designer of coalitions. Continuing the series of videos on strategies for playing the different nations, we're now going to look at Austria, who are in the difficult position of being surrounded. Austria starts the game in quite a fragile situation. In 1805, in this scenario, there's French armies ready to move in. The French can bring in off-table armies as well, up to a maximum of 7 generals on the table. And if these all start to move against Austria, it puts it into a very difficult position. So Austria needs to hang on to Bavaria. They start with it garrisoned. It's really important they get the influence for Bavaria. But they really need to consider fighting as hard as they can for Piedmont, to try and take Piedmont, which is worth another 2 influence. And all the time keep the pressure on the French to stop them coming into the Austrian territories. There is 2 influence available in Dalmatia, and it's a difficult call whether you move down into Dalmatia, garrison that, and then move back again before moving in against France. A lot of that's going to depend on your diplomacy, who you can get to allow you to move, and if you can get 3 movements. It's important that Austria stays friendly with Russia and Prussia, at least one of them. What you don't want to do is end up fighting both of them at the same time. The Austrians do have 4 armies available. They start with 3 on map, but there is one off board which can be brought on in their first turn. And so you have got an army that can cover, or you can use it in mutual support. But what you don't want to be doing is fighting in more than one direction. If you can persuade Prussia to aid you in your fight against France, this can really help. The Prussians, though, are going to be worried about France themselves and may even change sides and go onto the French side. That's when help from Russia, if Russia can use a strategic move to come in and help as well. So there's plenty of potential friends and potential enemies, and it's diplomacy really that's the key for the Austrians to help to protect their borders. They can always opt to try and join the French coalition if they're really threatened, but that is dependent on the French player letting you in. They may not want you in the coalition if they want to invade you. The Ottomans are always a risk. Whatever's going on against France, if you get so involved fighting the French, you want to be aware that the Ottomans, potentially they've got 3 armies as well. It's only 2 moves and they can be in Vienna. So you always need to make sure that at the minimum these territories are garrisoned, perhaps even garrisoned in Hungary, to slow the Ottomans down. And if possible, have an army centrally that can support to the west, but is also able of going back to cover an Ottoman advance. So it's an unenviable position playing the Austrians, probably the hardest nation to play. It is possible to win with the Austrians, and they do often win, but only through good use of diplomacy. You have to play all the other players off against each other to your benefit. So a bit like the Prussians, you have to use your weakness as a strength and try and persuade other people that they don't need to attack you. So if you have enjoyed this video, please feel free to watch the other 5 in the series, and you can add any comments of your own into the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel, and you can like my Facebook page at Form Square Games. Thanks for watching.